Well, today I am going to do a little how-to video on how to restring your fishing reel or respool it, however you want to call it or whatever you want to call it. This past weekend I was at a farmer's market here in Texas and I ran into one of my good friends, old Judy. And so this video is for you, Judy. She said she watches quite a few of my videos, on my how-to videos, and she wanted to know how she could restring her fishing reels. She didn't know how to do that, so I was like, well, let me make you a video so I can show you. So this right here is just your regular old push button reel. It is right now it's about $13 to $15. You can get them at Walmart. It's a Zebco Slingshot. I give out thousands of these a year through my children's fishing events. I'm not sponsored by Zebco, but hey, you know, if y'all want to reach out, reach out. But anyways, so basically what you have here, just what I would do, I'm just doing this to show you. You can take your reel off, make it real simple for yourself. On the reel somewhere, and it doesn't really matter what kind of reel you have, but there's usually a number here, and this one says 110 yards and 10-pound test line. So what that means is you only want to put a max 110 yards on this, and then no more than 10 pounds. And if you do go over 10 pounds, just say you went 12 pounds, 12-pound test line, you want to put a lot less, because the diameter of the line is thicker and bigger, so you're only going to be able to get less line on it anyway. And you don't want to, if you do go over with pound of test line, you don't want to get it too tight, because sometimes it doesn't work properly with certain reels. I experienced this with a smaller reel. I put some way too big test line on it and it just didn't work as good. But if you go smaller in test line, and if you don't know what test line is, it usually says it on your fishing box, and this is a McCoy spool of line, and it says it right there, 10-pound test line, and supposedly it's durable up to 10 pounds. And sometimes you can catch bigger fish, but if you had a 20-pound catfish on some 10-pound line, you might be able to get it in, but more than likely it's going to snap the line. So it depends what kind of fish you're targeting, but in this case we're just putting some 10-pound test line just to replace it on this reel, and pretty much, yeah, that's the plan. So what you do is you just unscrew this cap here. It's pretty simple. You just unscrew it, and look, bam, and you can see all this fishing line in there. This is just fishing line from the store, and on these reels, this fishing line is pretty decent. I don't know what kind it is, but what you want to do is pull all this fishing line off. So I'm going to pause the video so I can take all this line off, and I'll pick it back up when I have it off. That way you don't have to watch me pull it all off. It'll only take a few minutes, but yeah, who wants to listen to me talk too much? All right, so I got all that line off of this reel, and here it is. This is probably, I don't know, 75 to 100 yards of monofilament. And when you do take any line off, I encourage you to recycle it, or dispose of it properly. Throw it in the trash, but look up what's the best way to dispose of monofilament or fishing line. You just don't want to throw this on the ground anywhere, whether you're at home or whether you're fishing somewhere. It could get tangled up in animals' paws or fish's fins, or it could get tangled up in trolling motors, or it could cause a lot of mess, put it that way. Just like it's all messed up here. Yeah, I just encourage you to you know, dispose of it properly. So now that you have your reel, the line off, what I would do is put it back on your rod. And this rod's actually a 2-piece rod, and for this demonstration I actually just have half of the rod on there, but the rod's not that important in this demonstration to me. So now that you have it off, you want to get your fishing line here, and what you want to do is open the box. I love using McCoy fishing line. I feel like it's the most durable line out there. That's my opinion, and I just love using it because it's like I said, durable, and it's really premium quality fishing line. And so there's your little 10-pound line. So I'm going to switch the camera around so I can give you a little close-up of how to put it on your reel here. So we're gonna put it right on there. All right, well, here we go. So what you do, first you want to make sure that you get your cap here, and you put your fishing line through that hole before you tie it to your reel. Sometimes I forget to do that, and I'll tie the line to this reel, and when I get done, it's just like, oh man, I got to start over. So you get your line, and let's see if I can get a little better position. There we go. So you get your line, and you sort of wrap it around, and or just pull it like this. And then what you want to do, I just tie like 3 basic old knots. I mean, there's a million ways to tie a knot, so if you have one more comfortable, tie one whatever's most comfortable. And so, well, if I can get it here. So basically just do the loop-de-loop, I guess you could say. It's very small space here that I'm working with, so please excuse it, but I just tie it once and then do it again, tie it again, and I always do it 3 times if I do it this way. And the reason, if you do it twice, that line will pull out. If you do it 3 times, it's gonna be pretty tough to pull out. So once you've done that, I get, well, where'd they go? I got a pair of pliers, and what I normally do is this excess line here, and you can also use some clippers, but you want to make sure that line's tight. And what I do is just clip it off, and if you have clippers like toenail clippers or something like that, see that excess line right here? I just clipped it off. So once you have your line secure, you just put your cap back on. Just twist it up. And that's what you do there. And once it's tight, and you also, let me flip this camera around so I can show you what to do next. All right, so once you have your cap back on, your line on and your cap back on, this is your little drag. So if you push it towards the plus side, that's what tightens your drag. And it gets a grip on the line. That's pretty much what a drag is. So I usually just hold it like this, and then I just begin to reel it in. And I need to tighten my drag so it'll start pulling it. There we go. And now I just reel. So you just keep reeling and reeling until you feel like you have enough line on there. So I actually, there we go. All right, and then you just reel, and it'll just reel right off of that spool that it's on. and you reel and reel. Some people have like a line counter, so you can actually see how many yards you're putting in or feet. And you know, those are real good because you can actually measure it. But you know, us poor fishermen like me, and old school fishermen, gee, we just put it on there till we think we have enough. So how we check to see if we have enough, we just open it up and look on there, and as you can see, there's a little bit of line on there. So I'm gonna put about 10 more spins. So if you unscrew the cap there, make sure you pull the line out so it doesn't get stuck on the side there, so you can't reel it. And then yeah, let's see if I was successful. Yep. So I'm gonna go about 10 more times. Oh, look at there. If you see, that's what you gotta be careful of. You don't want your line to be stuck. So I'm gonna unscrew it one more time. I'm gonna figure out where that is. Yeah, see how that line is sort of funky? So you always want to have your line nice and good and straight around that reel or spool, I guess you could say. So, all right. So to do one of these educational how-to instructional videos, it's a little harder than just normally doing it, you know, but there we go. We got that line out, no line exposed, and we're gonna try to do about 10, 15 more reels, 1, 2, you know. All right, we should have plenty of fishing line on that. And this is pretty much how you respool casting or push button reel. And you know, just remember, yeah, just do your best, I guess. And there's better how-to videos than the one I just showed you, but this gives you the basic concept of the whole deal. So yeah, I hope this helps you. And if you got any questions, just reach out, and maybe later down the road I'll make a little better video. I had some technical difficulties on filming today with the tripod and some angles and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully my next video will be a little better. So well, hope you have a great day and keep on fishing.